Okay, what signs indicate that it's time to consider moving on to a new role or career? There's actually 3 questions in this one. How do I manage feelings of being stuck in my current role or career path? Number 2. And what steps can I take to figure out what I want to do next in my career? All of these questions are good. I could answer them very specifically separately, but I think what I'm going to do is actually just go broad. You've got to really get to the why am I doing this job? If it's just because of the money, that's okay. But why am I doing this job? If it is just because of the money, then I think there's a much deeper inquiry about what it is that makes your heart sing. Now, it might be that you're like, yeah, I kind of like my job, and then I kind of don't like my job for other reasons. So find the reasons you like your job and focus on those, because innately, human nature, I don't know why this is, human nature is that we focus on what we don't want, and then we just attract more of what we don't want. So you may actually be in the right job for right now in your life. It may not be your forever job, but it might be the job that's paying your bills, that's giving you the experience for the next thing, right? So it doesn't mean that the job has to be bad, and it doesn't mean we have to throw, the baby out with the bathwater here. It means that let's really start writing down, what are all the things I love about my job? What are all the things I don't like about my job? And what do I feel of the things I like are the most aligned with what I know to be my purpose here? And if you don't know your purpose here, that's fine too. But just feel into what resonates, what goes ding, 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 ding. This feels like it really sticks with me. I really like this about my job. And if I could do more of this, whatever it is, maybe it's I really love to problem solve. And maybe that's just a small portion of what your job is. I really love it when other people in my office come into my office and say, I'm having trouble with this, and I help them problem solve it. But that's not really my job responsibility, right? And then you go, oh, okay. Let me just note to self that I really like to problem solve for people, and I'm really good at it, and people come to me for this, right? Note to self. So start focusing on what are all the little things in the current job, even if they're not your primary roles and responsibilities that you like to do. And focus in on those things and try to do more of those things if appropriate. If it's not part of your job responsibilities, then there's a little bit of a hitch there, but stick with it. Try this for a couple of months and see how you're attracting more of what you like to do and what you enjoy to do. And see how that evolves, because it might be that the powers that be, the universe, but also legitimately your boss realizes, oh, they're really good at that. And there may be some job description within your current company that you don't even know that exists, or one that's being created that your boss goes, wow, I wasn't even thinking about this, but I see the connection now of this person for this job, right? And they could be bringing something to you because you've shifted your energy into the things that you love to do, and you're doing more of that, and you're attracting more of that within the current role. So it doesn't always mean we need to jump ship and we need to jump to go to another job, because again, wherever you go, there you are, right? Now, if the why is totally disconnected, you're just totally not in the right role, you already know that. I'm just saying, do the exercise first though, just to make sure, because sometimes we get blindsided by ourselves and our own sort of, negative spiraling thoughts that create and make something not great when maybe there's a lot of really great things about it. So let's just make sure we've done the due diligence. And then if it's just a clear, there is nothing I can find about this job. There is nothing about my roles and responsibilities. There's nothing about what I do on a daily basis that I can remotely feel is aligned with my higher self, my purpose, then you are in the wrong job. And yes, start looking for another position. I would say don't quit your job until you find another position if you can. However, if that job is just so sucking you and just really just making you unhappy to a point where, yeah, then there's a possibility that if you've got a lot of savings, or you've got a situation where you can make money doing something else in the interim, that maybe you jump ship. But it can only add sometimes to your stress if you jump too fast. If you're not liking what you're doing and you haven't quite found something else to keep you busy, because then when you leave that job, you potentially, I'm not saying you, I'm just saying like in general, focus on this. Like, I didn't like that job because, and then when you don't have the job and you're not busy and you're not getting pulled in different ways, then we focus on all that negative crap. So don't do that. Don't just give yourself more time to focus on the negative stuff. Give yourself more time when you know that you're ready to really jump in to what's next. Chances are, though, you are in, I don't know, it's just coming to me to say, you are in the right job right now. And that it's just a few tweaks and shifts around the energy, and some of the people that you don't like that are causing you stress and strain are going to drop away. And use this as an opportunity to have fun with you changing you and watching how it impacts everybody else around you. There's little things, I'm sure, and I'm happy to get into that more in more detail, but you got to write me and tell me, some specifics so that I can feel more into that energy and give you, some very specific to-dos as to how you can jump out of this or get out of this in a healthy way that doesn't put you in another job attracting the same darn things. Okay, thank you so much. I so appreciate every week all the questions you guys submit. I love answering them. Please go to bethbell.me. There is so many things happening. I'm launching some new pages. There's the Awakening and Healing Handbook. There's Psychedelics Resource Guide. There's the Herpes Handbook. There's, of course, the Angels, Herpes, and Psychedelics book. There's the audiobook. So much happening over there. There's also soon, it might already be there, the State of the Heart assessment. Ooh, you can find out where your heart is and get some tips, tools, techniques, how to overcome or to get back to a whole heart. So I'm so excited for you to join me over at bethbell.me and to join me next week, 11:11 a.m. I'll see you on YouTube. Bring your questions, submit them at bethbell.me/question, and have a wonderful week. And I wishing you nothing more than bliss and love. Namaste.